Today's video is being filmed from the cheapest cabin on Virgin Voyages, and it also happens to be the tiniest, the ittiest, the bittiest, the smallest room on the ship. Sailors, this is the Solo Insider, and to be honest, I need to get the out of this room. In today's video, we are talking about the insider cabins on Virgin Voyages, all the things to know about them, because they do, I'll be honest, they have their pros, but they also have their cons. I'm gonna kick this off by going deep on the Solo Insider. I tried it out for you. And then I'm gonna walk you through the other room types because I've toured all of them. And so I'm gonna talk to you about what each of them are like, from the Social Insider to the Insider to the Solo Sea View to the use the chapters at the bottom. I made them for you so you can jump to the part of the video that's most relevant for you. One of the biggest pros of Insider rooms is the ability to pay a cheaper price. This next one for me, honestly, has been a con, but it's not a con for everybody. And that's you're an insider. Insider meaning you are not an A cabin or a Z cabin, you're an M cabin and you ain't got no window. This can be a pro if it's on a hot sailing, because without a window, you don't have natural light coming in, making your room really hot, which means my air conditioning was so cold that for the first time ever, I actually had to call maintenance to make it warmer in my room. I'm not suggesting that the air conditioning sucks elsewhere. I'm just saying it works extremely well without having natural light coming in. But also, I mean, some people love a really dark room. I mean, if you want to sleep, like seriously sleep, this is a great room because it's really, really dark. And because I like to make authentic videos, I didn't want to just tour this room to talk about an insider. I've stayed in this room for a back-to-back sailing. This is my 9th night in this room, which is, we'll talk about why I want to get out in a minute. But it's been really discombobulating for me every morning because I wake up and I don't know what it's like outside. Oh, is it nice outside or is it cool outside or is it raining outside? Like, I have no idea. I'll also wake up and be like, well, like, what time is it? Like, I have no clue. And because my room is so icy cold, sometimes I will wear my fleece outside and be like, oh, wow, it's blazing outside and beautiful. So one thing to consider is how much do you care about natural light? But here's an important one, especially for like short 4-night sailings, 5-night sailings, like maybe it's not that big of a deal, but if you're going somewhere that constantly has views or is just somewhere you really want to enjoy, even not even a balcony, but even just a sea view and being able to look outside. The number of times where I wish I could have just looked even really quick, or the number of times I wished I could have from the privacy of my room while eating ship eats, the delivery, or while in my robe or something like that. I wish I could have done it from the privacy of my room, looking outside versus having to actually go outside to go enjoy things. Listen to this, it's not for everybody. Some people don't care and they're like, no, I'll just go out and whatever. And other people do want a little bit of privacy. So think about what makes sense for you. And if you're getting some value, cheers that like button. And if you stayed in an insider, add it in the comments below. We're all a community. Here's something important about all of the insider rooms that I wasn't sure if it was going to be the same or a different experience than the sea terrace rooms. And that's these items. The first one is the bathroom. The bathroom's the same size. So it's not like you have a tinier bathroom than the sea terrace room. But I will admit, and this is specific to the Solo Insider, there's something about only needing to take one step to be anywhere in the room. You take one step and you're at the closet, one step and you're in the bathroom, one step and you're in the bed, and it feels smaller, even though like in my heart, I know that this bathroom is the same size as a sea terrace bathroom. The other 3 things that are the same are you have a TV in your room, and it's the same size TV as the sea terrace room. So all the rooms have the same size TV. It's not like you get a smaller TV for any reason. You still have the same size TV. The next thing is you still have the tablet. You still have the amazing mood lighting. You still have the option to control not only the light, but also the temperature from the tablet and control your TV and watch movies. All of that is still the same. The next thing that's the same, and whew, thank goodness it is the refrigerator. So you still have a fridge in the room and it's still the same size as all the others, which I like to put 3 bottles of champagne in there. Or the tres leches cake. Yeah, I like to collect those and put those in the fridge too. Get them from the galley, the takeaway fridge, or the dock house in the takeaway fridge. For this next part, I'm going to talk specifically about the Solo Insider. But don't forget to be a smart traveler, book your sailing with us, even just compare it. Make sure you're getting the best deal out there. There's a couple things about this room that even though I've toured it, like I've walked in and looked around a bunch of times, there's a lot of things I've discovered after staying here, which is why I wanted to do it for you guys. The first one is the bed. So I wasn't sure if the bed was going to be. So hold on, when you stay in a sea terrace room, when you stay in that room, you have the option to split the bed. And if you split the bed, then you have two singles. You have two single beds, right? But here in the Solo Insider, I wasn't sure if I was like, is it a single bed or is it? No, it's a little bit bigger than that. And check out his podcast episode. Mark Wiggins has stayed in this room. That man is tall AF. He's like I don't know, more than 6'2", probably like 6'6" or something. He's very tall. And he said it was just fine. For me, obviously, I mean, I'm a whopping 5'2", so I fit in the bed just fine, but it has felt like a decent sized bed. I will admit, when you are in the split beds in the sea terrace room, because I've split beds when I stayed with my mom, for example, it does feel really small unless you're my mom because she's 4'10". I'm gonna try really hard not to sound like I'm complaining really badly, but I'm gonna explain to you why this room is absolutely not working for me. And this is something where you need to listen to my story and figure out if this is you. Because a lot of people think I'm just on Virgin Voyages and I just luxury travel. No, your girl has ridden a bike across Ethiopia while camping in a single backpack. I'm trying to get at here is I have on Virgin Voyages a ton of luggages. I have tons of outfits, tons of shoes, and I also bring 9+ cameras on every sailing. I have my laptop, I have a dual monitor. I just have a lot of stuff because I work really hard for you guys and I need to look good while I'm doing it. Let's talk about the Social Insider next, because a lot of people reach out to me trying to save money, but they really want to try Virgin Voyages out. And let's talk about it. These are rooms that I toured. I toured them with JC, my business partner and travel agent. So I haven't actually stayed in these rooms, but I spent a lot of time looking inside of them. One of the things is a lot of the Social Insiders are on deck 5. And you just got to be careful about this because that is the deck where, depending on where it's located, you might be next to the manor. And on deck 5, those walls late night will be pumping, not in a great way. And so anytime you book with us, we can help to navigate and make sure you get in the right room type, in the right location. But this room is definitely one where you can fit a lot of people. So you can fit up to 4 people in these Social Insiders, but it's one where like, oh my gosh, like luggage situation, hello. This is one where you are all going to have to stay as contained as possible. And you can see that this bed size is different, right? The bed size is different than what you see in the Solo Insider. It's similar to what you see when you split a bed, when you split a sea terrace or a normal Insider bed. So the bed size is a little bit smaller. But this is one where you really got to manage your luggage because there's not a lot of spaces, and that closet for 4 people is the same size as one person struggling with her closet. For this next room type, let's talk about the Insider. And so what we're looking at here is just, it seems exactly the same because it is. It's exactly the same as a sea terrace room, just without the sea terrace, right? It's a sea terrace room, same size, same everything, except there's no balcony and there's no window. And so same thing, you might want to be careful about where this room is located because some room locations are not good noise-wise. And so if this is the room that you are considering, you should definitely think about what I had said earlier around how long is your sailing? Are you going somewhere where it's a unique view? Do you value that natural light? Those types of things are what you should be considering. Let's talk about this next room type that I toured with JC, which is the Solo Insider Sea View. And so honestly, the window so hold on, let me first say the location of the room on the ship might give you kind of like a weird slice of a room. So the layout may change depending on where on the ship you're staying at. But one of the things is it immediately felt larger, and I felt like it had just a lot to do with that window, not even like the weird size and shape of the room, but the window makes all the difference in my opinion, just being able to look outside and have some natural light with that curtain. I love natural light, and I have been suffering in this room, especially because, and again, not everyone is me spending long hours editing. The What's New video took me 9.5 hours to upload and 12 hours to edit this week. And I'm here with you right now, chatting away with this amazing lighting. So you can see I'm standing in the Solo Insider with JC because we're both touring it. In my Solo Insider that I'm staying in right now, two of my favorite YouTubers who I'm traveling with a lot, Ryan and John, shout out to you guys. Make sure you check out their channel. Lots of helpful Virgin Voyages tips. Thank you for booking your sailings with us. They came into my room and I was like, close the door, close the door. And us three just stood here. And I mean, these are tall gentlemen. And we were like, wow. I was holding my breath, like there's no room for, it's why it's called Solo, like it's Solo Insider for real. So that's the Solo Insider Sea View. And then the next kind is the Insider Sea View. And so just, same thing. It's exactly the same as a sea terrace room, just without the terrace. It has the natural light coming in. It, in my opinion, makes a really big difference. Oftentimes, again, these rooms are in unique locations around the ship. So having someone like us help navigate for you where your room should be, so you're not, I don't know, having a strange view or being like this one. This is in the exact front of the ship, which means you will feel every single, especially because this room is on a higher floor. You will feel the ship moving a lot, which might not be a big deal depending on the type of year and where you're going. But if you're doing a transatlantic or the Caribbean during the hurricane months, it might make a difference. If you found some value out of this video, cheers that like button, consider subscribing. And I know a lot of you longtime sailors watch these videos. So if it's helpful or if you have a tip, add it in the comments below because we're all a community. I'm Christine Lozada. I'm gonna pack up this room in GTFO. I'll see you in the next one. Ciao. Coming. Oh. Hello? Hello? Hi, how are you? Oh, you're so tall. How may I help you? Oh, you need to come in for the air conditioning?
Yeah.
Oh, it's not just from outside?
I'm air conditioned.
Yeah.
There is complaint, cabin is cold.
Yeah. But
I'm here.
But Mok told me that you pressed something outside. Do you have to go inside?
I want to check.
Yeah, you come in. We're filming, but you're welcome to come in. Come on. It's so cold in here. Look. Look. I have it on full blast, hot. And I'm freezing. And I don't even want to be wearing a tank top right now because it's cold, but I have to.
I have this tablet.
Yeah. No, on that one too. Same thing. Right? It feels like this no matter what I do to that and no matter what I do to that.
Okay, now I will fix it. All right.
You're too tall for this cabin. Is there anything else I can do to help?
Huh?
Anything else I can do?
Okay, I will check first and after I will come back and let's see.
Great. Thank you. Alrighty.
Okay.
Okay, love you, bye.